When I got out of college, I interned for I was really interested in strength and conditioning, and I got my strength and conditioning coach certification in college while I was still a college baseball player. And I started doing internships. I majored in philosophy and psychology, so I didn't have an exercise science major. I just was really interested in it. So I sought out people in the area, in the Baltimore area, where I could just go shadow them. And one of them, he was a world-class personal trainer. And he said, "Hey, Dan," this was 2006 or 7. He said, "The world's changing. The internet's a really big thing," which seems to really date me. He said, "You should really start a blog." And I said, "Nick, who would read my blog? I'm a 20-year-old kid. I just got certified. I don't know anything." He said, "Write about what you know." He said, "Write about baseball training, write about the stuff that you're doing." He said, "Just write. Go out there, put your ideas on the internet." So I found out how to create a website. So I created my website, danblewett.com, that's my name. And I just started blogging about strength training. And then 4 years later, I got my first job because of that website. I applied for a strength coach and pitching coach job in this new town where I played my first year of pro ball. And I needed an off-season job because I was going to go back there for the summer or for the winter. And one of the two people that was thinking about hiring me did their diligence. They jumped on the web and they looked me up, and this guy said, "Wow, this guy really knows his stuff. I've read his blog. I read a bunch of these articles." He was a big strength training fan, and he's like, "This guy's really smart. You should hire him." So I got my first job that way. And so I built that website, and then I started my own strength training company, which eventually evolved into a big full-scale sports performance academy for baseball, softball, other sports. And I had to build a new website for that company. Didn't have the money to pay $5,000 to get it done. So I built a new website, taught myself how to do it. Then when you start to market your business, well, I need a social media ad. So I learned how to make a decent looking thing on PowerPoint. And then I start to make it on Canva. And then I start to learn some of the Adobe apps. And today I do everything in the Adobe apps, which are incredible. And so then I think I have a decent design eye. You just start to say, this isn't good enough. I want to be better. How can I be better? And I start to upskill. I've taken some online courses about graphic design to learn how to use new tools. And I will look around a lot and I see, wow, and I take a photo of something I think is really cool. And I think, how could I use that technique? How could I learn how to do that thing? And just like anything else, I looked at other graphic designers and I said, wow, I don't have those skills, but I bet I can figure out how to do that. And then I search the web and I look at a YouTube tutorial and I just learn. So I've been self-taught for my graphic design, for my video editing. I produced both of my audiobooks for 2 of my 4 books. I didn't know how to do that, and I learned. Bought the microphones, learned how to edit audio, which is, in my opinion, the worst thing a person can do. It's so hard. But all these skills, if you just jump through them and follow them and learn, you never know where it'll end. So today, I have 2 YouTube channels, a baseball and softball channel, which I have 6 channels, but one new one I'm creating for young people, more of this general mindset stuff rather than just sports stuff. And I've written 4 books. I'm doing a lot more talks these days. So my long-term goal is to be a full-time motivational speaker. And this is part of the reason Coach Gurney invited me here today, and part of the reason I'm recording myself today. Because not only am I recording to have clips to try to get other speaking gigs, because I'd love to speak anywhere anyone will have me, but also I want to get better. And I'm going to watch this and I'm going to think of ways I can get better. I'm going to look at my mannerisms. I'm going to look at the pace of my speech. I was listening to an audiobook about speaking as I came up here, which I'd already listened to before. It was the second time I'm reading through it. So I know that if I want to be great at something and really get to continue to do my passion in life, which is share some of my experiences that can maybe help you, then I've still got to get better at it. Because it's a competitive world out there. And if someone's going to bring me in to speak, I better be good. So I'm going to review my videos and I'm going to find ways to get better for next time.